Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to second service. I'm Chris, the director of music. In our second service, we do a lot of singing together. If we're singing anything, feel free to sing too. Oftentimes, the words will be up on the screen, and you can sing with us. Feel free to stand and clap and make some noise and bring the Spirit into this place. So let's start off. Please stand together, and we'll sing our first song together. Come, now is the time to worship. 2,
Justice.
Global Missions. Progressive Christian Congregation of
the United Church of Christ.
Here we strive to be a
multi-generational,
creative community, sharing in joy,
living with love,
and seeking justice as we walk humbly with God.
And we're so glad you're here to join us on the journey. Let's sing!
Now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come. Every day we live in the light of God's love. Every day we walk with faith. Now we're here to open our hearts once more, that we give thanks for grace.
Bienvenidos a Irvine United Congregational Church. Hoy es un especial día porque este día vamos a celebrar Pride. It is Pride Sunday here at IUCC, and we are going to celebrate. Estamos muy agradecidas que ustedes están aquí con nosotros. Gracias por venir. We are so happy that you're with us, and we are going to celebrate together as we celebrate what it means to be safe space. 35 years as an open and affirming church. Welcome to the sanctuary. Bienvenidos a nuestra iglesia.
Now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to give your heart. Come, just as you are to worship. Come, just as you are before your God. Come.
All right, everybody, great. You may be seated.
I'm confusing everybody because I keep switching microphones. We are so happy to have you here. I do have a couple of announcements before we begin and want to thank you for being here. It is a challenging weekend because, of course, summer has begun, and we are doing a parking lot fundraiser. Next door, the Greek Festival is happening. It's going to start in just a few moments, and so we know it's challenging to get here because of that, but thank you so much for being here today, for your intentionality in coming together to celebrate in community. To those of you who are online, thank you so much for joining us, whether that's live right this moment or right the moment that it is when you are listening to it, right this moment throughout the week. We're so glad to connect with you. As I mentioned, we are celebrating being a church that has been open and affirming for 35 years. Way back in 1991, in 1991, the people of this community came together in the midst of the AIDS crisis in a time when the city of Irvine, there were people who were trying to insert discrimination into the city law. And it felt like not only did we need to do the work, but we actually had to come out as an intentionally open and inclusive congregation. And so we were the first church in Orange County to become open and affirming, and here we are all these 35 years later. There still continues to be a need for our church. We've seen so many things change over 35 years, but one thing we know is that we need to continue to fight to protect rights that have been hard-earned so that we can ensure that the LGBT community, that queer people are included and safe in not only this church, but in our nation and our world. There's a lot happening here at IUCC. There always is, but let me share with you that we are coming off of 4 days hosting the Pacific Island Asian American Ministries of the United Church of Christ in the national convocation. So this has been such a gift to IUCC and to those of us who had the opportunity to be here. Know that we were representing you if you were unable to come. It was a national gathering, but unlike so many of the gatherings, it wasn't huge. It was small. People were representing either their own individual church or their region, coming to be in this conversation on what it means to be a member of the UCC and intentionally inclusive and owning the identity of being Pacific Islander or Asian American. So that was really a special time to gather in conversation and worship. On Friday night, we had a really beautiful cultural night here where all of the different regions and shared their gifts, different cultures shared gifts. So we had Filipino dancing, and we had Japanese dancing that was reminding us of the cranes and then the commitment to peace. We had Hawaiian dancing, and it was very special because when the youth danced, they also included my daughter in that. And the song itself was an invitation to remember our homelands and a reminder that even if we are not indigenous to this place, each of us has a lineage back to somewhere, and we are connected. Also, the initial gathering was not only a land acknowledgement, but a protocol of recognition of the Tongvan people and the Ahashiman people here. And it was so beautiful. Every region brought gifts, and sometimes they were almost always a physical gift, but they often also included dance or song and beautiful words. So just an incredible gathering. And one of the things that was especially wonderful was that they felt that IUCC has embodied what it means to be a Pacific Island Asian American Ministries church. And while the previous rules had been that you needed to have 40% of our congregation be people of Asian American or Pacific Islander descent or current, they have changed those rules and have invited IUCC to become a part of the family, as they call it. So we're so excited to be welcomed. Even as we welcomed them here, the hospitality and the graciousness and the kindness was truly unbelievable. And it all culminated last night when we had a phenomenal gospel project with Jason Chu, who is a millennial Chinese poet, rapper, musician, a little bit of a theologian, incredible American who holds all of these identities and challenged us into journeying with him as we reflected upon what it means to be Asian American today. So great. And then, as I mentioned, we're having the Greek Festival right now. So we've been very, very busy. Come noon, that'll open up. We'll be doing a parking lot fundraiser. If you have time and want to help out, I'm sure we could use more. But we're hoping that even with everything we had going on, we will hit our goal is to repeat what we did last year of $8,000 in parking funds. Isn't that amazing? It just blows my mind when I think about it. So thanks to everyone who made that possible. Today, as we celebrate what it means to be an open and affirming congregation, following this service, our advocates for peace and justice are holding a forum, and that forum will be specifically on transgender legal issues and judges and empathy. It'll be brought to us by law professor and actually friend of IUCC. Our university synagogue is sort of our sister congregation or our cousin. And Susan Keller is a member there, and she will be sharing that with us just after this service, about 12:30 in the room, Peace and Justice rooms right outside. I think I've told you lots of things happening, but the final thing, I will give better introduction later, but part of our Pride Sunday celebration will be hearing from illustrator Carrie Schneider. She's a writer and an illustrator, and she's going to be sharing with us the book that she so beautifully illustrated called What is Safe Space? So I hope that you enjoy this service, but more than that, I hope that you feel the Spirit moving among us, connecting us together as we create sanctuary among us. So welcome to IUCC, and with that, we like to say hello to one another here in this service, so we kind of run through the congregation, and then we'll try to do that quickly because I talk so much, and we'll come back together with a gong and a song.
Good morning, church. We invite you now to actually stand up once again in body or in spirit as we join in song on this Pride Sunday as we celebrate love. We will be singing Standing on the Side of Love. The words will appear on the screen, so feel free to sing along. Please do.
All right, nice job, everybody. You may be seated.
It's time for Flash Forward.
Hey kids, we're back for another episode of Thrash Word on Pride Sunday. You know why God created every color of the rainbow? It's because God thought every color of the rainbow was unique and beautiful. So God created each and every one of us to be unique because God thinks that is beautiful too. If you could be any color of the rainbow, what color would you be and why?
Red, because I like the color red.
Blue, because I like the color blue and like the sky, like light blue.
If I could be any color, I think I would be light purple. Because it's my favorite color, and because purple, because it's like kind of fierce, and then the light part because I'm also sweet and kind. And yeah.
When we put all our colors together, we make the most magnificent rainbow. But sometimes people don't understand your color. They'll say you shouldn't shine so bright. But don't you listen to them, cause we are beautiful in every single way. Words won't bring us down. We are beautiful in every single way. Yes, words can't bring us down. No, don't you bring me down today. Don't you bring me down, no. Don't you bring me down today. Until next time, keep that pride. Don't you bring me down today.
We now invite you to take a deep breath as we center ourselves for this morning's service. Inhale and exhale. Come, all who seek hope, healing, and belonging. We come trusting in God's steadfast love. For 35 years, this community has sought to be a place of welcome, refuge, and sanctuary. We give thanks for all who have helped make this a safe space. Today, God calls us not only to receive welcome, but to become people who create safety, extend compassion, and embody Jesus' love. Let us experience the God who welcomes us all and sends us to do the same.
Lord, listen to your children pray. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children pray. Send us love, send us power, send us grace.
Holy and loving Creator, you who blew your breath upon the seas and stirred the waters, allowing the green hills to break forth amidst the deep blue. You who invited all of creation to come alive in the many manifestations of your life and color. The orange fox who hides and sneaks throughout the day. The gray whale who dives deep amidst your seas. The colorful macaw who sings out amidst her many colors. The many colors that unite us into this creation. We are so mindful of how each of us is connected to your life, your energy, and your breath. On this day, when we celebrate 35 years as an open and affirming congregation, when we lift up what it means to be sanctuary, to live as safe space, we're mindful that the world still isn't safe, that our communities don't always reflect your divine love, that there is violence in word and action. You call us to continue to be light, to continue to share that rainbow love. And so we lift up now all of those who are feeling pain, who experience the brokenness of our world and the brokenness of their hearts, for those who are ill and those who grieve, for those who are left outside, where there is power and it feels like there is none. Remind us that you have given each of us your power, your strength, your healing. And so it is that you hear the prayers of our people as we share them aloud. Listen to your children praying. prayers we say out loud and those we hold deep inside. Oh, loving God, hear us and hold us. Remind us that we are not alone, that we stand together on the side of love, so that your love might be embodied in us and shared beyond us. In your hope, your peace, your justice, your light, and that ever-inclusive love, we pray. Amen. As we come together, we are mindful of the gift it is to be in connection with one another and to share in this space. We're also mindful that the gifts that we give help to make a difference in the world. This morning, we'll invite you to give towards the ministry of this church and the way IUCC can continue to make a difference in our community. But we're always reminded that the offering we give is really our lives. And so as we enter into this time of song and gift giving, may we reflect upon the ways that we can live out our lives as an offering to peace in a violent world, to hope where there is despair, and to love to a world that needs it so very badly. Let us give. This morning's scripture comes to us in a verse in an inclusive, intentionally inclusive translation from the book of Psalms in chapter 9. For the eternal will be a shelter for those who know misery, a refuge during troubling times. Those who know your name will rely on you, for you, O Eternal One, have not abandoned those who seek you. This morning, as we've shared in our observation of Queer and our queer identities and communities as we lift up what it means to be an open and affirming church. We have a celebration this Pride Sunday with the reading of a really lovely and intentionally inclusive book called What is a Safe Space? So we'll be inviting Carrie Schneider forward in just a moment. She is a queer, AUDHD artist and writer who works to create a kinder, safer, and more inclusive world. Alongside her art commissions and her projects, she works as a designer with the trans rights activist Stevie Bees, who wrote this book, as she has illustrated this truly beautiful book that I think, while it's written for children, we're sharing it today because it is a sermon for us to hear what is a safe space. When not creating, Carrie says she loves to learn new languages and collecting dragons, enjoying nature, and her family right here in Orange County. She's a member of what we call a sister church of ours, St. Mark Presbyterian Church, which is another progressive Christian community. And so with that, I introduce you to Carrie.
Hello, thank you for having me. I just want to say that I was really happy and honored to be asked to read What is a Safe Space with you today. I did the illustrations for this book. It's written by Stevie Bees, a Canadian trans rights activist especially known for advocacy tees and pins with messages like, "You will have to go through me," "All genders are valid," "I'm a safe space," and more, and for organizing a global community to help provide those for free for people who can't afford them. And Stevie also founded a nonprofit in their hometown of London, Ontario that advocates for trans youth and cares for the community. I've been really lucky to work with them in a close creative partnership and friendship, especially on this book. This book is our hope to change the world. In this moment in history with chaos, cruelty, and more, Stevie's words and my art invite readers of all ages to seek to be a safe, accepting space for others in a whole alphabet of ways. And we encourage readers also to identify safe spaces for themselves and truly believe that they deserve safety and acceptance. So I'll sit over here to read. What is a safe space? The illustrations are in a slideshow. Have you ever longed for a free-to-be-you place? If you've ever found one, you have a safe space. A safe space can be a city, a forest, a room, a blanket, a book, or a song, or the moon. But mostly safe spaces are people. It's true. They're allies and champions, embraces of you. No matter your how, what, when, where, why, or who. And safe spaces are you once you know what to do. So A is for Austin. These are all people who Stevie has known in their life and advocacy. We all know people are different in so many ways, and sometimes we feel like we don't have a lot.
We want, yeah, they can't hear you, so that's, especially online, they can't hear you. So we'll figure this out. You might want to start over. I don't know why it's not, maybe it's possibly not on. It's probably out of battery, so let's just get another microphone.
I can just stand up here. Why don't I just stand up here?
That could work.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just go to the pulpit. We don't have much to miss this.
Sorry. Okay, so I'll read the introduction quickly again. Okay.
I'll help you too.
Okay. Have you ever longed for a free-to-be-you place? If you've ever found one, you have a safe space. A safe space can be a city, a forest, a room, a blanket, a book, or a song, or the moon. But mostly safe spaces are people, it's true. They're allies and champions, embracers of you, no matter your how, what, when, where, why, or who. And safe spaces are you, once you know what to do. We know people are different in so many ways, and sometimes we feel like we don't have a place, but with Austin we do. No matter what, no matter who, he'll accept and respect us and welcome us too. Austin is a safe space for me and for you. Sometimes places feel scary when you're there all alone, especially if they're a strict girl or boy zone. Her friend needs a bathroom, so Britt goes along. If she's a girl in her heart, she's a girl never wrong. It's a safe space. She knows you belong. Chris loves who they love and loves sharing their pride, so everyone else knows they don't have to hide. They know it can sometimes be tough in a crowd, so to help you along, their pride will be loud. Chris is a safe space where you can be proud. Have you ever felt like you weren't being heard, like you're talking but nobody follows a word? Try talking to Dorothy. With her you will find a listening ear and a welcoming mind. Dorothy is a safe space, a listener who's kind. We all have some struggles that we keep very near, a memory, a worry, a tough truth, a fear. If you share them with Elim, he'll protect them and you. He'll honor your privacy and he'll follow through. Elim is a safe space, loyal and true. When things aren't fair, when the rules aren't right, and it's not getting better till someone will fight, Flora is the one who will help us stay free. She stands up to say, you'll have to go through me. Flora is a safe space. She's a fierce bumblebee. There is a hidden bumblebee on every page in this book. A safe space in an office, that's possible too, with a helper who's focused on listening to you. Grayson studied and practiced how to comfort and guide, to help others feel strong and resilient inside. Grayson's safe space lives on through our lives. And Grayson is a trans psychiatrist who passed away too young, but lives on through us. Our world isn't perfect, sometimes not even close. It's a fight to give rights to who needs them the most. When things are unfair and people feel small, Hinal raises his voice to help them feel tall. Hinal is a safe space for one and for all. When we're sick or we're sad or we're down in the dumps, getting up is much harder than being a lump. Ivy has lots of compassion and care. They check on their friends so she knows someone's there. Ivy is a safe space with big love to share. There's no way to do everything right every day, so don't fear your mistakes and don't run away. When Jackie says something that makes their friend sad, she quickly says sorry so their friend won't feel bad. Jackie's a safe space for all the oopses we've had. We're not always ready to hear advice yet. What we might need instead is to yell, get upset. Kat knows to wait. Let us take up some room. They'll be back to talk later when it isn't too soon. Kat is a safe space on every moon. With new things to try and new people to meet, we might feel shy. We might look at our feet. But Leanne says hello when she meets someone new, and she tells us her pronouns so others can too. Leanne is a safe space for me and for you. It's not always easy to take a big leap, to jump in with both feet when the going seems steep. But Molly is here for their friend when he sings, celebrating when all of their friends do hard things. Molly's a safe space for the courage they bring. Mad, sad, or scared, we might frown, we might cry, we might not know how to get our tears to dry. But Nova knows giggles are the best cure for tears. You'll laugh till you realize you've forgotten your fears. Nova's a safe space of humor and cheer. We can't do much good if we're not safe ourselves. Once you take care of you, you can help someone else. Ori heeds his own needs and keeps a calm, steady pace. Our lives are a treasure, they aren't a race. Ori shows how we too deserve a safe space. Waiting in line can feel like the worst, but it's also no good when we rush to be first. Sharing is caring, we all know that's true, and Perry will help us take turns, one, then two. Perry's a safe space for fairness and cues. We don't need approval, don't need to compare. The you that's inside is the right one to share. Quinn's light is bright, with a glitter and glow, and he can't wait to see what our own lights might show. Quinn is a safe space for the you that you know. Your body is yours, and my body is mine, and for some, even hugging is crossing a line. Rowan will listen when a friend says don't touch. Before hugging, he asks, just in case it's too much. Rowan is a safe space for consent before touch. Some questions, they are a bit scary to ask, and plucking up courage is no tiny task, but Stevie still wants us to give it a go. His answers are how we can know what we know. Stevie is a safe space. Their love helps us grow. Calling names, pointing, laughing, making others feel bad, these are the choices that make everyone sad. But Tara speaks out against bullies who mock, and she teaches them how to think first and then talk. Tara's safe space is as solid as rock. Have you ever wanted quiet and to not be alone? If you thought those were opposites, you would be wrong. Ursula won't mind if you're silent and still. If you ask her to sit with you calmly, she will. Ursula is a safe space for hearts to be filled. You don't have to keep all your struggles inside. Needing help or support isn't something to hide. When Victoria needs help, she speaks up loud and clear in the hope that you too will speak out and not fear. Victoria is a safe space. Get the help you need here. We all make mistakes, missteps, or trip up. It takes listening well to learn how we messed up. Winter's a safe space because he's willing to grow, to listen, say thank you, I was wrong, I didn't know. Winter's a safe space with the learning he shows. Sometimes the world feels too bright and too loud. It's chaos, commotion, confusion, a crowd. When Zela's friend really needs time on their own, she just kindly and quietly leaves them alone. Zela is a safe, loving solitude zone. Not all of our friends have the same starting line. They're not on the same track, or they fall far behind. But Yvonne isn't counting. Take as long as you need. She knows we all learn at our very own speed. Yvonne is a safe space for all to succeed. So now that you know all these safe, spacey ways you can be for your days, it's not hard to do. You just need to be kind, to listen, to care, to keep others in mind. And also, says Ziggy, after reading this book, you know how to find a safe space when you look. A safe space, after all, is what you deserve too. A place where you're safe to be wonderful you. And I won't read the back matter because we'll run out of time, but I just want to say there are pages in the back about the ABCs of safe spaces that go over topics like A is for ally, B is for boundaries, C is for communication and consent, D is for differences. If you're working hard on being an ally, communicating about boundaries and consent, respecting differences and including others, then you are being a safe space, and you also deserve a safe space, all of you. Thank you so much.
Celebrate 35 years as an open and affirming congregation, and in so many ways, 46 years as a congregation here in the city of Irvine, where we were intentionally founded to be a progressive Christian community. We recognize that being safe is really being sanctuary. And sanctuary has always had the connotation of intentionally creating a space where people are welcomed, where people who are seeking refuge are safe. And if you think back to the Middle Ages, there were times when someone who was being persecuted or left out could go and cry out for sanctuary to remain safe in the confines of the church. Or the church, if you were hungry, the church would provide food, shelter. And so when we think about how we are safe space, Carrie's book reminds us that it's not just the physical building. Just as church is not just where we're sitting. We are the church. We are the sanctuary. And each of us can be safe space to others. They shared earlier, in 1991, during the height of the AIDS epidemic, this congregation voted to become an open and affirming church. That meant that in just a matter of days, our church was flooded with people who were ill or those who were grieving, and so many who were scared. They had been ostracized, sometimes from their families, and too often from their churches. And we realized that for us to be church, we had to be this sanctuary that would love sometimes love them to death. It changed who we were, and it changes who we are. Each and every one of us has become a better human being and a better Christian for that decision. And we're invited to expand that welcome. I think about the many colors of the rainbow, but also I think about the progress flag. And the progress flag continues to redefine queer bodies and queer lives and queer affirmation. As progressive Christians, we're called to progress, to keep evolving, thinking, and loving beyond what we were, reminding us that there are always more people who we need to intentionally include. Back in 1991, we changed our bylaws, and at our most recent congregational meeting, Alex, who's out there greeting us with Daisy, reminded us that we need to update our bylaws because in 1991, we wrote the words, homosexuals are welcome here. And then we realized, oh, well, we also must include it to bisexuals. And then at the time, we changed it to, we also had added in the addition of transsexuals. And as we have learned and evolved, our language has also learned, changed, and evolved as we have become intentionally inclusive in the words that we use and the ways that we welcome. We're invited to be a safe space that is curious and kind, that recognizes that our words have just as much power as our actions, that we can wound or we can heal. Every time we ask things like, are you a hugger? We realize that what we're really doing is meeting someone where they are and not putting ourselves upon them. Every time we make room for voices that have too often been silenced, every time we stand beside someone whose safety, dignity, or humanity is being questioned. So today, while we celebrate the queer community, we are so very aware that our own community needs sanctuary more than ever. We're continuing to fight for trans rights, for queer couples, and of course we know that immigrants in our community, people who are brown or black, need a real sanctuary. We've seen kidnappings, we've seen discrimination, we've seen terrorizing, and it's up to us to speak out, to make our safe space welcome, to let our pride and progress flag fly. Because one thing we learned in 1991 was that it wasn't just enough to say we're welcoming everyone. We had to come out to be an open and affirming congregation. And so our challenge today is to consider how each of us can be walking sanctuaries that come out of this space, out into the world, that are intentional in our asking how we can support one another. It's one of the reasons why we have intentionally included a restoration room here in our sanctuary, because we know so many people have experienced religious trauma that this space doesn't even feel safe. We know that neurodivergence often makes it challenging to sit down through a sermon. So we have our regulation cart that has fidgets and other ways to help us to remain in this space, or you can leave and watch the church on the screen just outside in our wisdom room. Carrie's book reminds us that we can continue to challenge ourselves to be safe space, to be refuge, and also to check in with our own souls, because each of us carries something everywhere we go. So our challenge will to be a continuing sanctuary. a place of refuge wherever we are. And to be people who acknowledge what God has always known, that you are beloved, and every single one of our neighbors is too. So take pride, be proud, be you, and know that here you are safe and you are absolutely loved. With that, we are going to sing together. We have you young with us, but our singers have just walked out. And so you'll be invited to sing loudly. And as Chris always says, sing out if you know it, sing louder if you don't. I'll lead us in with the benediction, and we'll join together with Carry the Light. So, brothers and sisters, siblings in Christ, go out into a world that remains broken and violent, scary. And know that you are not alone, that the safe sanctuary that is God is in you to heal, to hope, to love, and to always carry the light.